Marasi News TV. Today we're covering Seatrade Marine offshore and workboats. We are actually covering the event for the next 3 days, and I'm seeing behind me a lot of key major players in the maritime and offshore industry, and the event looks very interesting, and the conference as well looks, and the agenda looks really interesting for all people working in the maritime industry. So we are covering the event for the next 3 days with the Marasi team in the Maritime magazine and also the TV as well.
Yes, Safat, you're right. The conference is witnessing a very interesting number of key players in the offshore marine industry. And I would like also to highlight that the conference agenda looks very interesting, and there is a lot of interesting topics that I am personally really excited to highlight. So let's go inside and see how it's going.
Truly, you're right, Hudoop. So now we're going inside to discover and interview a lot of key industry decision makers in the maritime field. And please stay tuned with us for the next 3 days and follow us on the social media channels that will appear on the screen right now. And for the videos, you can follow us on the www.marasinewstv.com. So stay tuned with us. We're interviewing Mr. Salim Al-Marifi, the operation manager of Rescue Middle East, in order to talk about their participation this year at Seatrade and their operation in the Middle East. Thank you, Mr. Salim, for the interview opportunity with Marasi News TV. First of all, we'd like to talk about your participation this year at the Seatrade. So tell us more about your participation, and is this the first time for Rescue to participate in the Seatrade?
First of all, thank you very much for this interview. No, actually, the first participation with Seatrade was in 2009, then 11, 13, 15, and now 17. So it's a fifth participation for us. All the shows that have been successful for us. The reason of participation is that we want to be present with the other, I can say, colleagues or competitors in the market in our ship repair business. So it's a very important for us to be there every 2 years in Seatrade, work with Seatrade.
And how important is the UAE market for your business?
To be honest, I think it's apparent to everybody that UAE is becoming a hub of marine in the area, in the Gulf. And there is the big concentration of maritime companies, either operators or owners, that actually reside in UAE, in different parts of UAE. So we actually eyeing the sector, the smaller sector of vessels that actually fit our floating dock and our single lift. And apparently we have a lot of good clients here, mostly private clients that we deal with, and some Emirati clients that actually have vessels and Ro-Ro vessels that actually came and called at our shipyards frequently.
And do you actually have any expansion plans to actually double or expand your offices regionally?
Regionally, no, we have not thought about that. We had the plans a couple of years ago to extend in the UAE, but the board and we decided not to go ahead with this plan. But we actually invested a lot in the company itself. The oil and gas is the biggest oil and gas in Kuwait. I mean, belongs to Hisco, equipment-wise, manpower-wise. In the shipyard, we are actually investing in a lot of high-tech machineries, equipment. We are expanding the workshops now, enlarging the workshops, and the most important thing for us is not only machinery, investing in the people. So we're putting a lot of investment in the people to keep the quality and to keep the loyalty of the people. So that's the most important thing for us, actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Mr. William Misdorf from Xalta Marine. Mr. William, thank you so much for being today with us in Marasi News TV.
It's a pleasure for us to have you here, and welcome to our booth.
Thank you. Can you please tell us about your participation in the Seatrade Marine and workboats?
Yes. We are a company, Xalta Marine. We are a marine equipment supplier. We have been here for the last 20 years in the UAE. We are head office in Sharjah, and we have been participating in the Seatrade since its conception here. Every Seatrade we have been here. It's one of the places where we meet our customers, where they meet us, and we know where the projects are in the region.
Xalta Marine today presents a live demo about the autonomous vessel control. Can you give us an overview about that?
Yes, we are very happy to present you a very new solution, a workable solution, a product which has been developed and produced here in the UAE. And we are demonstrating here the remote capabilities of controlling the vessel remotely from Abu Dhabi, and the vessel is in Dubai. We are demonstrating that live. So it's a working system and actually available in the market as of now.
Great. And can you tell us generally what makes Xalta Marine unique compared to other competitors in the market?
Yes. We have a very large variety of equipment from A to Z, and on top of that we are based locally, so we can supply the boat builders, the end users, the operators with equipment very quickly. We have a large amount of stock, and that stock can be utilized immediately, and that is something which we have been doing successfully in the last 20 years, and that's why we are still a growing company. Even though the market is tough at the moment, we are still growing.
Having said that the market is tough at the moment, what are the challenges that Xalta Marine is facing and how did you manage them?
Okay. At the moment, we see the market in three ways. Basically, we have a part of pleasure yachting, we have a commercial part, and we have the oil and gas part. The challenges at the moment, as everybody knows, is in the oil and gas, but in the commercial field, especially, we are gaining momentum. Also in the pleasure boat industry, with the new vessels being delayed and the refurbishment of older vessels is picking up. So we are diversifying in our company in a way that we can suit the market changes, and we follow them up very rapidly. And that's how we survive in this market.
And now we are interviewing Jamie Kirkbride, the Business Development Manager of Reg Marine, in order to tell us more about their participation this year at Seatrade. So welcome, Jamie, to Marasi TV.
Thank you very much.
So tell us more about your participation this year at Seatrade.
Yeah, so we're exhibiting this year to display many of the products and services that we can offer relating to lifting, marine and mooring services. That's our core line of business here in the UAE, and we also have offices in Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan and the UK as well.
And what about your main operation in the UAE? How do you see the UAE market in the offshore industry?
I say the UAE market is it's obviously not as good as what it was, but it's better than it was last year. We're dealing with most of the international oil companies, most of the EPC contractors. So we've had close relations with those companies for many years, which has helped us greatly in this trying time.
And can we have more like an overview about your main services to the UAE market?
Yeah, we do. We have like 3 or 4 different service lines. We have our lifting side, which is ranging from supply of lifting, rigging items, such as shackles, slings, chain slings, towing wires, which is related to marine sector. We have the rental side, which is mooring winches, lifting winches, rental of heavy duty lifting equipment such as shackles, slings, load monitoring, which is load cells for testing of cranes, testing of different lifting appliances. And we have a training department where we can do lifting, rigging, training and HSE training.
And what does make Reg Marine different, and what does differentiate actually Reg Marine from the rest of the other companies in the industry?
I certainly don't think we're the oldest company in the market, but we have very strong relations with European manufacturers, with US manufacturers. We've had these relations for many years, and we can always rely on those relations to help us with the big key clients, the likes of Van Beest, the likes of GN, the likes of Straight Point, the likes of Samsung. So I just think having those companies behind us really benefits us in this market.
And who are your important key clients in the UAE?
We have a lot of EPC contractors such as MPCC, Saipem, McDermott's, Petrofac, dealing direct with a lot of the international oil companies. We're also dealing with a lot of the traders here, mainly in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah.
At the beginning, you have mentioned that the market is actually at a crossroads currently, facing a lot of challenges. So, what is your strategy in order to overcome these challenges in the market?
I think we've kind of changed our strategy. We're relying a lot more on rentals now rather than trading. Trading is very competitive. We're not making profit margins. You also have to factor in the pricing, and the payment is a big issue. A lot of the companies here, the payment terms are 2 to 3 months. When you're making like 5%, 10% margins on trading, it's difficult. So we're relying a lot more on our services, our rentals, and our assets to really survive in this market.